Good evening. The time is 7:32. I'm going to call the meeting of January 20th to order of the Yardley Borough Council. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Borough Manager or Catherine, can I have a roll call, please?
Sure. Mr. Benzel?
Ms. Metzel? Are you here?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the internet. And so yes, I am
Ms. Siegel-Morris?
here.
Mr. Goldstein?
here.
Mr. Appelbaum?
I'm here.
Mr. Feiner?
Present.
Ms. Scherer?
Present.
And Ms. Howlett?
Present.
Wow, okay. We have a quorum of council members, so we can proceed. Let's see, pardon me. Okay, so we're going to do community announcements. Is there anyone at the table that has community announcements? Oh, Mayor?
A bit out of order, but wanted to get this out of the way at the top of the meeting. The Police Planning Committee had just met, and we have some questions that we would like to send to neighboring municipalities, and just making sure that everyone is comfortable with that regarding shared services models, given that we are not a voting body or a recommending body.
Okay.
Is there any issue with that from anyone? All members of the planning committee agreed with the questions. All right, thank you.
Thank you. So is anyone then from the public have any community announcements? Okay, sir, your name and,
My name is Merrick, and I am the brother of the person who is getting a accommodation today.
oh, nice. So is this a segue to that? Because I don't, are there any, hold on a second, are there any other community announcements from the public? Okay, so you can be our segue. So you want to do that introduction again, please?
Yes. Hello, I am Merrick. I am the brother of Officer Monet, who is getting the accommodation.
I know him.
And I want to be president of the United States in 2050.
Okay, great. All right, so Chief, did you want to take over from here?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, the history of the Yardley Borough, it is served by dedicated police officers who provide police services on various shifts 24/7 and play a vital role in the efficient and effective delivery of services to the borough. We currently at this time have 3 vacancies for part-time police officers. During my report, Mr. President, on Tuesday, December 2nd, 2025, I had asked Borough Council to give a conditional offer of employment to then applicant Charlie Geiger, pending the review of the application, background check, and passing all of the required examinations and all other MOPEC eligibility requirements. Mr. President, I was notified by MOPEC on January 2nd, 2026, that Mr. Charlie Geiger had met and passed all eligibility requirements and is now certified to take office as a Yardley Borough police officer. I respectfully request council to consider a motion for Yardley Borough to extend an offer of employment and to hire Charlie Geiger as a part-time police officer.
Okay, great, thank you. Chief, I would like to get a motion for that from someone. So moved from Michelle Scherer. A second, please?
Second.
From Kim. Thank you. Discussion? No? Okay. Can I have a vote, please? All those in favor? Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any noes, renees, and abstentions? I think it passes unanimously. You got it. So at this time, the mayor and the chief are going to go up, and we're going to bring up our new officer and swear you in.
Mr. Geiger, if you can come forward, your family is welcome to come with you. If you don't know me, my name is Caroline Thompson. I'm the new mayor here in Yardley Borough, and it is my privilege this evening to administer your oath of office, sir. So congratulations. Congratulations as well. Thank you. So if you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
Charles Geiger,
support, obey, and defend
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
uphold the laws and ordinances of the Borough of Yardley,
uphold the laws and ordinances of the Borough of Yardley,
and that I will discharge the duties
I will discharge the duties
of a non-civil service police officer
as a non-civil service police officer
of the Borough of Yardley
of the Borough of Yardley
with fidelity
with fidelity
and to the best of my judgment and ability.
to the best of my judgment and ability.
Congratulations. We have a tradition here in Yardley Borough that if your family would like to take pictures.
Then consent comes later. Yeah. Thank you.
No, I
No,
just,
no, you're right.
yeah.
I mean, not right, but I mean,
It's
right
usually
for
is
asking.
that. Yeah, okay.
There's no vote or anything for public.
Yeah, I think it makes sense because then people can say what they want to say and not have to. Yeah. Not so much.
Turn around. Chief, you have other business according to the young man in the front row? Yes. Well, wait a second. No, don't do it yet. We'll need it for the, yeah. Okay. I would go, Chief.
Both of us. Yeah.
So, Mr. President, honorable members of council, those here in the public today, the officers that are here today. As many of you know, early this December, we were hit with a residential burglary. That residential burglary took lots of effort on all the officers here today to not only to locate and identify the suspects, but also search warrants and cell phones, vehicles, things of that nature to bring the suspects to justice, which this agency has done. So with that, I would like to go ahead and hand out a total of 4 unit citations for the officers that were heavily involved in the case and that they deserve the recognition today. The first officer will be Officer William Baudet. So, Officer Baudet is awarded the Yardley Borough Unit Citation Award. The citation states as follows. On the date of December 8, 2025, Officer Baudet was on duty, keeping an eye in the area of the 100 block of South Delaware Avenue, where there had been 2 prior reports of a burglary at the residence. On that date, at about 5:45 in the morning, Officer Baudet observed uncommon activity at the same residence. Through his investigation, Officer Baudet was able to charge 2 suspects with burglary and related offenses. Officer Baudet's actions brings great credit upon himself, the Borough of Yardley, and the Yardley Borough Police Department. The second recipient would be PFC Joseph Martin. Please come on up. So again, with Officer Martin, with the same instance and the same case at hand, Officer Martin was able to assist tremendously with his assistance with the physical arrest of the suspect, who was later caught in Bristol Township. PFC Martin also conducting the processing and arraignment of the suspect. PFC Martin's actions also bring great credit upon himself, the Borough of Yardley, and the Yardley Borough Police Department. The third one is for PFC Charlie Gillock, who could not make it this evening. But PFC Gillock helped tremendously with the applications of said search warrants that also assisted Officer Baudet with his work. So congratulations also to PFC Gillock. Next officer, Officer Alex Byers. Please come on up. So Officer Alex Byers was able to assist tremendously with the assistance with the vehicle search and the processing of physical evidence. Officer Alex Byers' actions also bring great credit upon himself, the Borough of Yardley, and the Yardley Borough Police Department. Congratulations. Anyone, Bill, can you get a photo? Thank you, guys. Thank you. You got it. Thank you, guys. So as you can see, investigations such as this takes a lot of officers entailed to help with different aspects of a case. These 4 officers did a tremendous job, and the one suspect is currently in custody. The other one should be turning themselves in here in the very near future. So please understand that when you hear cases of like this that happen, whether it's our social media, whether it's on the news, I know people expect quick answers. This isn't Hollywood. It doesn't happen as such. It takes a lot of work and effort. So please understand that sometimes things do take time. For those, I hope this heeds warning to any criminals out there who want to give the title of a victim to any of our residents or business owners. Officers such as this will give you a title also, and that's called inmate. So be aware. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Chief, we're going to have to,
Mr. President, may I make a comment?
can't hear you.
May I make a comment?
Sure.
Just one quick comment that I'd like to make. I just have profound gratitude for you, Chief Golden, and the Yardley Borough Police Department, because in this community,
Sorry.
what you've shown is that when somebody commits a burglary,
Watch out for-
we take it personally. We're not just a number. It's effective local policing, and we really, really, really appreciate the work that you did, all of you did. To justice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Feiner, and I concur. Congratulations to our new officer. Congratulations to those who received the commendations. We're very pleased and proud of our police force. Thanks again. Okay, we're going to move over to public comment. This is the portion of our meeting where members of the public can address council on matters not on the agenda. Please approach and state your name when called on and whether or not you live in the borough. And we're going to ask you to keep your comments to 3 minutes. Families, you don't want to stay for the exciting rest of the meeting? No, they're not even responding. They're out of here. All right.
It's understandable.
All right. For those who are still in the audience or watching at home, for at least today, if there is, well, there may not be any public comment, but if there was public comment, I'm going to make sure that we keep everyone at 3 minutes. I have a stopwatch. Would anyone from the audience like to make a comment? Going once, twice? Okay, well, too bad. I was going to use the gavel. All right. Thank you. All right, now is the consideration of the consent agenda dated January 20th, 2026. We have 3 items, A, B, and C. A is the approval of minutes dated January 5th, 2026. B is the certificate of appropriateness 20-01-76 South Main Street and dash sign. And finally, C, certificate of appropriateness 26-2-19 South Main Street roof. Would anyone like anything removed or considered separately, I should say? No? Okay. Then with that, that done, would anyone like to make a motion to, on this consent agenda?
So moved.
And a second? Who was that? Oh, Michelle, thank you. So we have a motion from Councilwoman Hallett, and a second from Councilwoman Scherer to approve the consent agenda. May I have your vote, please?
All in favor.
You're all in favor?
Well, it's easier if you just say.
Oh, you're in favor. Oh, I'm sorry. It's only my second week, and I spend most of that. I spent most of that in the hospital. So
I know,
yeah.
you're-
Okay, thank you. So all in favor?
Aye.
No opposed? No abstentions? It passes unanimously. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. I'd like to move to item 8, which is the consideration to accept the January 20th, 2026 finance report. I suppose I'll just do a consensus on that. Is that okay? So if I don't hear anything or you want to consent, say so, but otherwise I will consider silence your consent. And we have consensus. Okay, thank you very much. All right, general government. This is the part of the meeting, actually, because this is, if you didn't know, this is a working session. So general government, do you have a presentation? Do you want to sit out there on the floor in all seriousness? How would you like to handle this?
And if you'd like, I can just address the 2 items on the agenda, and then we can jump to your report.
Okay, please do, Mr. Solicitor.
Yeah, so basically, under the Borough Code, in a year of a municipal election with the new incoming council members, Borough Council is permitted to amend the budget for 2026. So basically, we are proposing an amendment to the budget based upon a discrepancy that existed between the allocation in the general fund and the capital reserve. The amendment would, in effect, reduce the total millage and the tax obligation of residents. So the general purpose fund would be reduced from 28.13 mils to 26.70 mils. And the capital reserve likewise would go down from 3.39 to 3.30. So in total, this is actually a reduction in the millage of approximately 5%. In order to effectuate this change, the amended budget has to be considered in January and then has to be adopted prior to February 15th. Also, as a part of that, we have to have a vote to advertise for public inspection the amended budget for a period of 10 days. So if council is so inclined to present a motion to that effect to allow the manager to do that advertisement.
Would you, I can ask for a motion then? And a second? Second. Okay, motion made by Councilwoman Scherer and a second by, was that you, Mr. Goldstein? Yes. Thank you. May I get all in favor, right?
Yeah.
Discussion first, since we have a motion on the table.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Any comments or questions?
Any comments or questions? See, I knew there was a reason why I wanted you to sit next to me.
I kind of wonder if we should put this in more plain English terms for the taxpayers, although they're done right here in the room. They might be watching online, yeah. So I can start, or does somebody else want to just explain it?
I can start it
Sure.
if you want. So in prior years with our budget, if you ever came by the office to look at it, we usually had a general fund millage and a capital reserves millage. And those appeared separately, but the total of them was always under 30 mils. This year, with the original budget passed by last council, we were at 31.52 mils. Collectively, that millage has to be under 30 for both those categories. So that's why the revision was necessary. So to make that change, we took proportional amounts from both the capital reserves and the general fund to get it down to 30. Anything over 30, we would need permission from a judge to have higher millage, and we would need to show that we've exhausted other taxation options. We did make some adjustments to our public safety assumptions to offset this hit in tax revenue. So the budget is different, and after we pass the motion to advertise, it will be available for the public to come and inspect at the borough office. And I'd also be happy to answer any questions about the changes.
Any other discussion from the table?
I think Martha did a great job explaining that. The only thing I would add is that as a person who's been pushing for reserves, is that we just need to look into the future of how we can continue to build that reserve fund. It's very important. Years and years ago, we spoke about how much we'd need in there if we would have a catastrophic event like a flood, which we have. We have to lay out a lot of money when that happens. But there are other reasons also for capital projects, matches and things. So, that's just kind of long-term thinking, as we've got to figure out a way to build that reserve fund.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Howlett and Manager Johnson, as well as the solicitor for working on this. So is there any comments from the public? No? I don't see anyone out there. All right. Then I will ask on a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
No noes, no abstentions. It passes unanimously.
And then the second item on the agenda, same thing, basically, it's an amended tax levy ordinance to effectuate those changes that we just discussed. So we just need to have a motion and a vote to advertise that amended ordinance for the next council meeting.
Okay, a motion I would like from our, so moved, and a second.
Second.
Okay, motion from Councilwoman Scherer, second from Councilwoman Howlett. Any discussion from the table? No? Okay. And I'm assuming no one in the public has any questions. So if that's the case, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any noes? Any abstentions? It passes unanimously. Thank you. Okay, well, is that all you have for general government?
Yeah, I mean, we have a disposition of records, which I think.
Well, we'll talk about that. I'm sorry. Did you want to introduce that concept or do you want to just explain it?
I'll handle this one.
All right, then, our borough manager.
So before you, we have Resolution 2601, which is a resolution to allow us to dispose of some records that we follow the retention schedule set forth by the state. Something we do every year, like I said, getting rid of stuff. So there's a list of records that we are getting rid of, which is Schedule A, and it is 2008 to 2022 W-2s and 1099s, 2018, 2023 right-to-know requests, 2018 invoices, 2018 bank statements, transfer certifications, deposits, timesheets, tax collector reports, tax claim reports, monthly deed reports, payroll reports, and 2005 payroll records. And there's a retention of years, which ranges from 2 to 7. So we are just following what the state allows us to do. And we will have these shredded. We will have it documented that they are shredded, and we keep that on record.
And how soon after a affirmative vote would you start the process of this?
Well, we already pulled all the documents that will be going, so they will be going to the shredder in February.
A
beginning of
company
February.
picks them up and then shreds them? Is that correct?
When we had a lot of boxes, when we first started doing this a couple years ago, they would come here and load everything in. Now we actually take it somewhere, and they do certify that it
Okay.
is done.
Well, thank you very much. Now with the resolution, I should ask for a vote, okay?
In case anyone else has questions. Right?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, my apologies. Anyone from the table have questions?
Does that mean getting rid of digital files as well? Just out of curiosity.
This is all paper, right at this point. We
Okay.
don't have much digital.
Anyone else from the table? No? Okay, with that said, all those in favor of this motion?
Aye.
Aye.
And noes? And abstentions? No, it passes unanimously. Thank you. We're going to be moving to another work session portion of this meeting at number 10, consideration to approve Borough Hall access for Get to Know Your Town, Borough Hall and Police Department tour. But I don't want to assume, but will you be leading that discussion, Mayor?
Sure. Not really a discussion. Happy to discuss if anybody, any history buffs are at the table and you want to submit content here and now for this tour. But Susan Taylor from the Yardley Historical Association reached out to me and asked if I would be interested in participating in a Get to Know Your Town, Borough Hall and Police Department tour. That's going to be part of their spring programming. If you haven't been on a Yardley Historical Association walking tour, I highly recommend them. They're a lovely way to walk around the town, meet lots of neighbors that you've never met before, and learn about the history of this borough. So this one is going to focus on municipal government history and also the history of our police department. So looking at the lockup behind us on Canal Street as well as our current lockup. Also talking about the first Burgess, Algernon Cadwallader of Yardley Borough. So I think it sounds like a wonderful presentation. I will be participating as a tour guide if you approve this. But the request before you is for access to Borough Hall since the public will be walking through the building on a weekend. I have also asked the police chief if the police department would be interested in having a presence there, and since they are very community first and like to do public appearances, he said that they would be. So more of a request for permission than a discussion item, but again, happy to discuss.
So would you like just a consent, or would you actually like a vote, or? I'm not sure what you're asking.
Up to you. But both Susan and I did feel like we should have the approval of council to use the building.
I'll make a motion to approve
Seconded.
the consideration.
A motion made by Councilman Finer, seconded by Councilwoman Hallett. Any discussion from the table? Any history buffs? Anyone want to volunteer? No, I'm just kidding.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I heard about this and I put my full support behind it, and I volunteered many of you for this. I'm just kidding. But seriously, if you do want volunteers, I'm sure we can help out. With that said, may I have all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Is that everyone? Did I hear everyone down at the other end? Okay. Any noes? Abstentions? Okay, passes unanimously. Congratulations, and send my regards and thanks to Susan Taylor.
I will. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay, community and economic development. Let's talk. I will address this briefly because I will just go into my a quick little report. Number one, after taking the role of President of Council, I needed to remove myself from some of the committees and commissions that I worked on, not only to give others an opportunity for experience, running or being a liaison for those committees and commissions and boards, but also because I will be dedicating my time, to, running the borough. I think that as much as I enjoy going to all those meetings, I think I will be leaving things in very capable hands. As far as community and economic development, it's not necessarily any more important than any of the other committees, but it's just another important component of how do we improve our community to bring in support for our businesses, who then can better support the activities, whether they're events or placemaking art projects or whatever it may be that we want to accomplish, because in the end, it's sort of a circle of opportunity, because once we do that and more people come and visit Yardley Borough and see it as a destination, there's even more support for those businesses, which I may have mentioned in the past, are many of them are family-owned businesses, women-owned businesses, and people that have taken risks on this community. And I certainly want to make sure that they're, not that they're rewarded, but that they receive the full attention of this board, and as well as everyone in the community, because we all benefit. And I will mention also that many, if not most of the things that are done as far as events or placemaking projects come with no cost to the taxpayer. So I just want to say thank you for allowing me to chair community outreach, community and economic development for this recent term. But I know that it will be in good hands and that we will make progress, and we will continue to make Yardley Borough better by supporting our businesses and creating even a stronger destination town. So come to Yardley, get some good food to eat, visit our natural resources, our parks, our canal, the river, get some dessert somewhere, and get a tattoo so you can remember the occasion. So on that note, I had the task, and I don't mind sharing, I was actually in the hospital earlier this week, or last week, and so I had time to think about this, and it was not as easy as I thought. My task was, or is, to make assignments for committees, commissions, and boards. And as easy as it might sound, because I know everyone here, and there is a monkey wrench in part of this decision-making process, and that is that, unfortunately, as Mr. Feiner had mentioned last time, he's leaving. His last effective day is the 15th of March, but his last meeting is actually March 3rd. And so I spoke to, a few people. I did a lot of deep thinking, and this is what I came up with. So I'd like to read this as our last part of this meeting tonight, because I don't think there's anything other. Is there? I don't think there's any other business. I'll give you an opportunity to speak. I'll give you.
Yes, sorry.
Sir, you're on the line. I just wanted to do that. So let me read it first, and then if you have questions, though I was hoping I would receive some earlier in the day if I had to make changes. But that being said, the committees are the, it requires a chair and a second. And the reason why I believe is because a chair obviously is important to maintain direction for these important issues, but a second who can be sort of like, if you put it into stage terms, sort of an understudy, but also someone that can represent us at meetings or different, things that happen. Maybe there's a, for instance, sometimes I'd go or we will go to the DCNR meetings, so forth and so on. So it's good to have more than one person who's not only skilled and experienced, but has a deep understanding of what these committees are about. That being said, I'm very pleased and happy to announce as your general government chair, Martha Hallett, Councilwoman Hallett. Thank you. Well, you're clapping for yourselves here. Jason. No, clap harder is what I'm saying. You don't sound that enthused. You're like, oh no. Jason Goldstein, thank you.
Thank you.
The crowd is out. They're going wild.
Yes.
Public Safety Committee. This wasn't a hard choice. Kim, I really respect the work that you've done, and I'm very confident that in your hands, Public Safety Committee will be as good and probably will get better over time. So thank you. Congratulations to Chair. Paul, Menzel, you're the second, and I know you're new, but I want rest assured that, as I may have mentioned in one of my emails, that we all will have your back. Anyone who's new that doesn't have the experience but needs some, help or mentoring or whatever it is.
I'm not a very safe person, so.
Did you say safe or sane? Either way, I don't want to know. So thank you again. As part of Public Safety Committee, I also broke it out to a couple direct responsibilities, even though they may not attend often, and that's for the Yardley Makefield Fire Company. Kim, you're the liaison. Thank you. Okay, Public Works. Ori, for the next, what is it, you know what it is, 54 days? For the next 54 days or so, you are still our chair. Martha, thank you for being second. I'll say it later on when we get closer to the you leaving, but thank you so much for your expertise. And again, it's about keeping things focused, organized, on track. And like anyone else for any other committee, you've done a great job, and I appreciate it. And Martha, thank you for allowing, taking that responsibility. And I understand he has quite a presentation for you. I think he called it a brain dump or something like that. I don't know. So I don't know what his brain looks like, but we'll find out. Community and Economic Development Commission. Again, this was sort of a hard one for me, but, I think it will be in great hands with two great people that I think have the experience to, even without experience on council, as two new council people, I know from their personal experience and businesses that they're going to do a very good job. Jason, congratulations as chair. And Paul, thank you very much for taking second. And I'll be watching. Let's just put it that way. All right. Community Outreach Committee, Michelle Scherer, congratulations. I have nothing but profound respect for the kind of work that you do in the community already, and for the work that I know you'll do as chair for the Community Outreach Committee. And Paul, thank you also for being second. I think you'll learn a lot from Michelle, but I also believe that your background will be good in supporting Michelle, and Michelle will be great in supporting you in that role. Okay, that's the committees. Then there's commissions. Now, these are not broken down to chair or seconds. This is broken down to liaisons, essentially just the eyes and ears of the council, and perhaps even lending support or advice, but not really a member of the commission. Okay, so Civil Service Commission, our mayor Caroline Thompson will be our liaison. Thank you very much. Thank you. I had a hard time giving this to you, Ken, because I know how difficult it is. How many times have we met with the Human Relations Commission? 0, okay? But it's yours, okay? And Planning Commission, Ori, for the next 54 days or so, that will be yours. And Shade Tree Commission, again, thanks to Michelle. I think that it works well with your experience of FOLA and your connection with other things, environmental, and we'll have conversations. Finally, finally, the Environmental Advisory Commission. This is something I also take a lot of personal pride in, because this was one of my groups that I liaised, if that's the right word. I don't speak French, but Martha, I do have complete faith, and you did mention your interest in doing this, so congratulations. Thank you. Now, we're almost done, I think. Boards. Boards are another component here. The Historical Architectural Review Board, or HARB. Jason, you did such a good job Thursday. I said, you know what? You're in. So congratulations as liaison. And Zoning Hearing Board, ZHB. Paul, I have great faith that as liaison for zoning, and because of your experience and other experiences other than your work, that and just general interest that you mentioned, that you'll do a great job, and I appreciate you stepping in. Parks and Recreation Board, Michelle, again, another area that I think you are strong in, and I appreciate you doing that. Vacancy Board, well, don't need help there. It's non-applicable in this case. If the person who's in the vacancy board position quits, I guess we won't have a vacancy board.
It'll be a vacant.
We won't have anyone
It'll be a
to.
vacant vacancy
It'll be a
board.
vacant vacancy board. Okay, but there's no liaison. Planning. I'm not going to review too much of the police planning committee. Because we just had our meeting, but I'll just limit it to the people on council and the mayor. Mayor, you will continue as chair. Michelle, David, Kim, and Ori. Thank you.
Just,
Thank you.
to chime in, just on the police transition committee, because those are positions that we actually did vote on previously, we should have a vote if there is actually going to be a change.
Okay, if you're asking for a motion, if there's going to be a change, what if okay. So we would have to have a motion that if there was a change, that we all agree with the change that we want to make. I'm not sure how to word this, because the person, I'll be just direct, Ori is asked to stay on. He's already on the board. I think it would be beneficial to the board not to have his loss. You said that, though you will not be council person, that you would make time, depending on how much longer this committee continues, to fulfill your duties. With that said, I'm asking for some advice for a motion.
Yeah, so, essentially, it is typically discouraged to have a quorum of council on a committee that's a recommending body. In this, it's not illegal. It's certainly something you can do in this situation. I think it makes sense, given his, experience and role over the last couple of months. But I think the position when we originally assigned it was based on your position with council. So I think we just need a vote to approve that.
I will just say that there is only one meeting, the meeting in February, where it will be a quorum of council.
And I know they're
then
following
it will
the
not be
Sunshine-
anymore.
Yeah, and they're following the Sunshine Act and everything else. I would just have a vote just to confirm it, since that's what we did.
Should we put that on the agenda for the next meeting, since it wasn't for vote on this agenda? Are we supposed to have all matters that we're voting on the agenda?
Or is this just other business? I mean, I don't know if may not.
My understanding was we weren't supposed to vote on anything that
No,
was brought up under other business.
which is correct. When's the next police
The
transition?
3rd of February.
It's the second council meeting.
Oh, you mean when, yes, but the 3rd of February is the next meeting.
We can vote on the 3rd, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So if that's okay, then I will not ask for a motion at this
Yeah,
time.
we'll just add it to the agenda, take the vote.
Okay, so then we can move on then? Okay, thank you. Elevation Resident Advisory Board, or ERAB. Caroline, thank you very much for retaining the chair position.
I'm not the chair, but I'm the liaison, so, yeah.
Oh, my apologies.
No worries.
I will make that note in my notes here, and thank you again for doing that, because we do need just like the situation of Ori, I would like to continue with that, not just the momentum, but also the seamless, not to have a change right now. Doesn't make sense.
Happy to do it.
Okay, and just very quickly, because a lot of these are, they're new. I explained it like this. The following assignments have developed over the last several years due to the growth and scale of our towns, dedicated organizations, and volunteers. I've added names from this group up at the table based on requests that you made and relationships that you have that would be beneficial to those roles. In some cases, these are not necessarily meetings or groups that you may meet with on a regular basis, but nevertheless, it's important that we know that we have someone on council, at least at the ready, to make themselves available to be somewhere if if needed. So I do know, and thank you very much, Kim, again, for being a liaison with Experience Yardley. It's much appreciated. Fola, Michelle, it seems that you have a relationship with them, don't you? Okay. If for any reason you don't feel comfortable with that because you're the president of FOLA, and I didn't ask if there was a conflict of interest.
Yeah, I mean,
should we assign someone else, or is she okay to do it? Since it's not really an official.
Yeah, I mean, I think with these, it's not really the role of council to assign a liaison to it because they're not doing the official business of the borough. Certainly,
Correct.
if the council members want to get involved on their own, they're free to do that. If they want to provide a report to council about it, in public announcements, that's fine as well. But I don't think that we should be appointing official liaisons.
Oh, okay, I retract everything I said. No, I'm just kidding. I will not then, I will just mention the name of the organizations then, if that's okay, and then not say who people can,
Again, I don't think it's the role of borough council.
so not at all, okay.
We've always done that, though, so how do we, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
but Also, people from council do regularly attend those meetings.
Right.
And it helps the council and those organizations stay in communication. So what about the people who are saying, if the people just say, well, I go to those meetings, I'll do that. So it's not an official appointment, but we know on some level.
Yeah, again, I would just keep it outside of the council meeting just because it is not a part of the official business of council.
But if they do attend, they can report on it?
Yeah, and community announcements. Yeah. Right.
I'm just going to make a note, thank you. Okay, well, with that said, there's only one that I think is important to mention, that's the David Appelbaum Fan Club. Just Ken, you're all, it's mandatory?
Is
No,
that a
just,
conflict of interest?
none at all, none at all. And just to mention, no, this is not a committee, but just the ribbon cutting ceremonies. I'm inviting all council members and the mayor, borough staff, the YBPD, anyone related to us, they're invited and welcome to participate when they're able. I'm just mentioning it as just another thing that we do in this community to help bolster business and improve our, how we're seen as a destination.
I would like to just ask everybody here if you would try sometimes when there are ribbon coatings. I have been the only one on the last few. And then I thought, oh, if I hadn't made it, it's kind of embarrassing, to have, because we always have Steve Sancero and Perry Warren there, and to have nobody representing council, it's kind of like a black eye for us, so, and you're not there long. It's very nice to give them our support as they're joining the borough.
You never know, something exciting might happen, like a car crashing into a restaurant. I know. Okay, well, with that said, there's nothing to vote on. I just wanted to keep you informed. I believe this is the part of the meeting where I go, may I have a motion for,
Just before we go, I'll be very quick, I promise.
Yes,
But I've
Mayor.
got a few people have reached out to me regarding working sessions and just questions about what are they. And I know we talked about it a little bit when we were talking about the start time for our meetings last time.
Yes.
But if you're thinking about, I have something that's ready for a vote, I have an agenda item, it's fully formed, that would go on the first meeting of the month. This one is like if you have a PowerPoint presentation on something you've been kicking around, or we've had really amazing sessions in the past where we broke into small groups and we all looked up grants that fit with the project that we want to, and we weren't talking into the microphones, we were just working in small groups and the public sat in small circles with us. So that's the second meeting of the month. There is some crossover if we have to vote on something at the second meeting of the month, but if you have something that you would like lots of inputs into, that's what this meeting is for. So I really empower you to utilize this meeting to greenhouse ideas, brainstorm ideas.
well, thank you. I think that's really good advice and good description of it. I concur, and it would be good to stick to that plan if we're going to continue with work sessions. I'll just ask quickly if there's, since Mayor had a point. Would you like to make?
I've got a couple of things, but I can do it afterwards, but they're related to.
Well, we're coming to adjournment, so either you do it now or forever hold your
yeah,
peace.
So, and I'll just, first of all, just concur with what the mayor said, because I believe you're the one who actually brought that in. There had been discussion of doing that, the work sessions for a long time, but it was you, Caroline, who brought that into and implemented it. And I think it's been very effective in keeping council in sync about things on a deeper level, because often things are on a very kind of vote level. And this way people can get under the hood a little bit. So regarding the community economic development, which this was a discussion, although we didn't get out of our seats and go
Correct.
around. And it's nice to do that sometimes. I understand today is a shorter meeting. I wanted to just, for Jason and Paul, just some history that I think may be useful for you. And many of you remember this. When I moved to this town in 2011, there was no vault, there was no farmer's market, there was no bookstore, there was no refillery, there was no Rosa Bianca, there was no Pretty Bird.
Lobster, keep going.
Yeah, it was a very empty downtown. And in its place was either vacant storefronts or bank or a bank that was a bank, or realtors, right? Nothing against banks and realtors, but if you want people to live in a community where there's reason to go into town and do things, you need to give people a reason. And we've come a long way in Yardley. It's amazing. It's hard to have a retail business here. So, and these businesses that we have are so complementary to each other. My first term on council, I worked with Jeff Bueller, and we had this thing called the Business Enhancement Team. And the idea was just that if you were going to open a business or thinking about opening a business in Yardley, you could talk to people on council, and they may know things about the community that you don't know, and they might be able to give you some advice on how to be successful. And they might also be able to clarify the process for you of how to go through the various permits that you need. And just kind of be at your side and be a friend. And it sent the message out to new businesses that you've got a friend here on council. And so I'm only sharing it with you because I think it made a difference. And I think that that sort of proactive attitude is something that is helpful in getting the right kinds of family-friendly businesses in our community.
So do I hear you saying we should change the tagline to "You've got a friend in Yardley Borough"?
If you so
Points-
desire.
Excellent points and well taken, and that's right. When we moved here, it was quite the quiet town.
And I'm amazed, even on a cold day, you're in the main intersection and there are people walking around, braving the cold.
And it would not be, I would be remiss not to mention Experience Yardley,
Oh, yeah.
YBA, now other organizations, and even our Gather Place Museum, even though not a,
Yeah.
these are
Oh,
just
and
all
the
things that are
co-working.
adding to the number of activities and interest in Yardley Borough. So I agree with you. So,
And I have a second point also.
oh, there's more, because I'm
Yes,
only
I'm
giving
sorry.
you like 3.5
Yeah,
minutes
okay.
here.
This will be quick. As far as liaisons, okay? So I've been the planning commission liaison, and I go to their meetings. It's once a month, and I share information, what's new on council, what's new, and I'm kind of a communication liaison. And it's been immensely helpful to them, and I think to council, to show up. And what they have said to me, time and time again, we never had somebody from council show up to all of our meetings and actually do this. And I'm kind of surprised, like, why not? So my advice to those of you here, obviously we all have busy schedules, is take it seriously, because it really is important for one hand to know what the other hand is doing. And that liaison is the key communicator, and it makes sure that things don't get slipped through the cracks, because nobody knew, and we've all seen it when council doesn't know what a board or commission is doing and vice versa, so.
And it goes deeper than that, because the more transparent we are, the better we communicate. Not just do we have that good communication between us, the boards and, commissions, but that the community sees what we're doing too. And the less confusion, the more information our community has, the more we've empowered them to know exactly what's going on in this room and within Borough Hall itself. So I agree with you. And was that it?
That's all.
Really? Excellent, because at 8:28, unless I see some other interest in speaking, I'm going to ask for a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Finer has made a motion, Councilman Scherer has seconded. All in favor of adjournment?
Aye.
I think that's unanimous.